I told him and my parents that I thought he had a drinking problem, and he called me a stupid, ugly, fat bitch. My parents got annoyed with me that he got so upset and hung up. What about me? He gets to call me names and swear at me, and they don't do anything? Okay, can I get you to hold that? Of course. Okay. So this is the book that was created, and it's called Horses. And I don't remember why I chose horses, because it is one of the most difficult words to rhyme, because that's what we had to do, was rhyme them. So here we go. A horse is drinking from a source. And then we get a little dark. Horses are looking at corpses. Because that's what they do. The horse is taking a school course, and he is writing his paper with a pen in his mouth. A horse is playing indoors, and for some reason the horse is, I actually wrote, he's got a little ball attached to his hoof, and it's actually a yo-yo, because that makes sense. And then the horses in the Marine Force. And he's standing on a boat. And then the horse has had a divorce. I would like to note that the horses getting the divorce are actually smiling, so it can't be that bad. It's a mutual decision. And then the horses are playing Norse, because I was starting to run out of words that rhymed with horse, and because the only image that came to mind were like the large Viking hats. And then lastly, the horse's throat was coarse. And it was dedicated to my best friend at the time. Sorry, I don't remember you. Sure. And then, so we get a little darker here as I got older. So Sunday, December 4th, 1994, this is actually my very first diary entry ever. I guess you could call this a diary, maybe a diary for my offbeat train of thought. But every time I think of diaries, I think of sappy little books with kittens on the cover, and I'm allergic to cats. Anyways, I was watching Bernard and the Genie. It's so funny and sweet. Maybe not sweet, but sad. At least at the end. Well, near the end. I also watched Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. I cried at the end of that. Not a lot, mind you, just a drop or two, because I don't celebrate Christmas. It was the Christmas episode, which side note turns out to have Sherman Hemsley in it. But apparently was sad. But it wouldn't feel right. He is not here, my brother. He doesn't like Mom. Mom doesn't like him. And I don't like either of them. I think of other kids who get to celebrate Christmas, and I wonder why I can't. I'd love to celebrate Xmas. It wouldn't matter if I got presents or not, but just to celebrate it right, with a tree, lights, maybe even a turkey. I wouldn't invite them. I can't even live with them anymore. I almost hate them. I wish, though, that Ryan and I could become friends. He's nice, and at least seems like a nice guy. And then a few days later, Friday, December 9th, 1994, I wish somebody would just take me away from everything in this house. My parents, this house, and everything else. I just want to fall in love. I hate Xmas. That was a sudden turn there. Everybody is falling in love at Xmas time, but I know very painfully why I can't. He hasn't called yet. He keeps asking if he has. This is now, I'm talking about my father. And every time I say no, he knows that I am not happy in the response I have to give him. I miss him a lot, my brother. It's almost as if he's not my brother anymore. We used to be close, but 2 years is a long time. Besides, if he hasn't called since his 20th birthday, he probably hates me. I told him and my parents that I thought he had a drinking problem, and he called me a stupid, ugly, fat bitch. My parents got annoyed with me that he got so upset and hung up. What about me? He gets to call me names and swear at me, and they don't do anything? Sometimes I want to cry, but can't. I may have just failed my computer exam because of cramps. Mom doesn't care. And then this one is 2 years later, Sunday, December 15th, 1996. Same old me, just 2 years older. Everything has changed. At least a little bit to some extent. Looking over those past entries, I guess what they should be called, I can't believe how silly I sound. I couldn't even say my father's name. I guess I still can't. He's still he. And then in brackets, I wrote small laugh. Hee hee. I seemed pretty obsessed with the idea of love. Hopeless romantic? I don't know. I've always liked the fairy tale image of a handsome young prince rescuing the beautiful princess from her tower. Yeah, good luck that ever happens to me. One thing has definitely changed. I hate my brother. I used to think he was so cool, standing up to mom and him, not really caring what people thought of him. Now he's a bastard, and I'm not ashamed to say that. We always talked about serious stuff, always. Now, out of the blue, I'm a fucking idiot? I can't do anything right? He took a fucking orange and held it on my head until the juice was dripping all over me. He said that he'd make sure I had a miserable time. Now he tells mom if I want things to change between us, I should go and talk to him. Fuck that little bastard. Why should I go crawling to him after what he did? On this, at least, I'm going to take a stand. He's changed, and he's going to have to come to me this time, and it's not a pride thing. What he did was wrong, and not my fault this time. I guess it sounds like a pride thing, but I've taken everything so far from him. The fights, the insults, the shouting matches, and even forgiven him. Now he's just gone too far. I used an erasable pen on the first page. I hope it doesn't get erased. Thank you.